So if we look at the running backs, that leaves Zeke by himself as the only running back above $7,000 if Derrick Henry's not going to play. This is an interesting spot because I think this Dallas and Giants game is the one that everyone wants to attack. You have Dallas at home. They have no defense. You know they're going to score points. And it would strike me, at least my first inclination of the week, that everyone is just going to use Daniel Jones at $5,400 against this Dallas defense to open up some salary, to be able to pay up for a lot of high-end players, which leads me to believe that Zeke is just going to be off the charts owned.
Yeah, and which is actually going to be really interesting because you mentioned a salary of $7,800. So if you don't play Zeke, your roster construction is going to end up being very different than a lot of people, right? Because there's not a natural pivot, like you mentioned. The next guy would be James Conner at $6,900, $900 is a lot of money on the main slate. The interesting thing for me is last week Zeke did manage to get his first run of 15 plus yards. The Cowboys were the last team in the NFL to do that. This offensive line is not what it once was. The Giants have been pretty good against the run this year. However, they are the worst team in the league covering running backs, and no running back has run more routes than Ezekiel Elliott. Now, that obviously plays into some of the game script, which I think is really important to talk about this game in general, because the Cowboys have had to be in comeback mode 3 straight weeks. Now they're 9.5-point home favorites. A lot of the game script that has dictated what the Cowboys do, and don't get me wrong, their offense is phenomenal, is unlikely to be there this week. So I just think this game in general is not quite as safe as the ownership is going to suggest it is.